304 back in the public.
That's right.
Back in the public eye. Everyone gets to listen to this.
304 is the area code for the state where you show them where you live by putting up your middle finger and your thumb out. West Virginia.
Oh, shit.
Country roads.
Damn, that's badass.
Yep.
He wasn't even from there. That's what's fucked up.
Was he from Denver? Was John Denver actually from Denver?
Yeah, that's why his last name was Denver.
Mhm.
It was like
Oh,
like
shit.
when you came over, or like in the olden days when it's like, okay, your last name is Miller because you're a Miller. Your last name is Brewer because you're a brewer.
Mhm.
Your last name's Killer
Oh, I
because you're
thought
a
people
killer.
were named Miller because they were just milling around.
No,
They were just
well,
milling around in front of a gas station all day.
yeah, or Millers.
Loiters.
No, milling used to be different. Back when we had jobs, right? Because now Steve Jobs is dead, so we have no
Oh,
jobs
shit.
and we have no cash, we have no
R.I.P..
hope. But milling used to be at a mill, and you worked at the mill. And then when we lost those jobs, those guys naturally evolved into milling around at the gas station.
Drinking Millers.
With shorts that don't... It's interesting how language and life evolves.
I think they should give those guys new names. Like, if no one in your family has worked for like 3 generations, like, they should change your name to Sitter or something like that.
John Standing.
All the big tobacco and the big alcohol, they actually know what's up, and that's why they try to keep weed illegal for so long. It's right.
Yeah.
It's right in the name. Think about the most American beer of all time. What's smarter than drinking beer? Budweiser.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You get
shit.
that?
Yeah,
They're
I
even
do.
telling you
Oh,
right
fuck.
there that
Wow.
weed is better than Bud, but your weed's better than beer, but you're gonna keep buying that shit.
How deep does the conspiracy go?
Well, there's also Anheuser.
Probably 40
And
ounces.
Anheuser is a type of
Bush.
throw in disc golfing, which you also smoke weed during.
Okay, and then
Oh,
and
yeah.
then Bush was the president. For a while.
True.
So
And-
they who made it illegal to smoke weed?
To smoke bush.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
The burning bush, that was in the Bible.
Yep.
Oh,
It's another
fuck.
literary
Whoa.
reference.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. What were they burning?
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, hold on. This burning
Hold on.
bush, and he heard a voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no wonder he was
Uh-oh.
hallucinating because there was weed.
Yep.
There was ambient weed
Hold
smoke.
on, we gotta save
Holy
this. We
shit.
gotta save this for our stand-up special, where it's all 5 of us on stage telling
We
one
should
joke.
go on Hayden Tank's Bible podcast
Oh, okay, that sounds great.
where he has serious conversations about Bible lore and just throw all these things out. Like the burning bush. Was that weed? When Jesus turned water into wine, what if he turned it into like Four Loko?
We're writing the King James version, but it's LeBron James.
LeBron James version.
Yeah.
Remember?
What if it was about
So
basketball?
yeah, he was teaming up with the Looney Tunes to defeat the second Monstars. I don't remember the name.
That's in the first book of Sega Genesis.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
Oh yeah, Space Jam 2 is sort of like the New Testament.
Yeah.
And Space Jam 1 is like the Old
Yeah,
Testament.
so the Monstars, then you have all of the old stars, but that was like old.
Yeah,
school
Michael
basketball.
Jordan's Jewish.
Back when basketball was.
Yeah, the people who said the new Space Jam wasn't as good as the old one, those are Jews. No offense.
Yeah.
No offense, but you guys are Jews.
No offense, but you're Jewish.
Yeah, no offense to them or you. I'm
No
sorry.
offense, but are you Jewish?
Mm-hmm.
Are there people who only like the new Space Jam?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's me. Other LeBron James fans.
I can't even lie about that. I was say you got to walk around like a Jelly Roll show, and that's where you find it. But that's not true.
Yeah,
Those are all like, no, Michael
yeah,
Jordan
those
the
are
best.
Michael Jordan the best. You know,
R.
I don't
Kelly-
appreciate
R.
him.
Kelly's the best.
I remember the
Nah,
fucking
yeah.
90s, bro.
It's you legitimately would have to like talk to a kid, like a 6-year-old who's
You have
never
to
even
talk
seen
to
the first
fucking
one.
that video, the pod about list Fortnite guys.
Oh yeah,
Fortnite is cringe.
Yeah, maybe the Maryland Foodie Boys, they think Space Jam 2 is better.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think they would be with it enough to say, like, no, the OG.
Mm-hmm.
I fuck with the OG heavy.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's what they would tell you.
And when I saw MD Foodie Boys, I just assumed it was Mountain Dew, like how the Costco boys just assumed a brand.
Oh,
we're the
yeah.
Mountain Dew Foodie Boys.
Dude, I was on the Costco guys, AJ and Big Justice on their
Mhm.
Instagram, and they were on like a Phase podcast.
Mhm.
And like the guy he also talked about interviewing Ninja, and they talked about like one of
that's a
Ninja's
great
biggest one of Ninja's biggest financial regrets was getting a private jet. But the crazy thing about the Costco guys is they're asking like about the video editing or whatever, and the little one, Big Justice, is like, yeah, we have a team of 11 employees in the Philippines, and they do all of our video editing
Jesus
overnight.
Christ.
Oh,
Yes,
fiber
If
teams.
you can't afford to pay someone here, like, come on.
Yeah.
Man, did you guys see the picture of the Rizzler walking up the stairs and the caption was like, "This kid's incredible." But like, I think the caption more meant to like, this kid's like, he's a
Tank.
sight to see. Like he's a big
Yeah.
fat.
He's got
fuck.
aura.
Yeah. He is.
No, well,
not
the
aura.
thing-
He's just a big. Hate
No,
that
it's-
kid.
Yeah.
No, no, he's
Ta-
cute.
talentless.
He's the best one of all of them. But no,
I don't support
he
the
is the
Rizzler.
best of all of them, but I still hate them.
AJ,
I think he should go to military school.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
AJ had to correct his son and say they're not all editors because they do some other stuff too. Like only 6 of them are editors.
Mhm.
But then he like goes on to talk about how great it is because they can give them the files overnight,
Yeah.
and then when they wake up, because the Philippines is like
Oh no, I was about to make that
12-ish
joke.
hours ahead.
I was about to make a joke where he's like, I send the files over. It's already daytime over there, so they're already working on it.
Yeah, no, he's like,
Fuck.
so they're saying, so our business is going, our business of doing the
Business.
double chocolate chunk cookie. Boom!
Boom. Saying that,
24 hours
yelling
a
it.
day, no rest.
They could just do the fucking editing. They're just sitting there. It's so annoying.
I love their excuse of just
You
being
have to
like,
go to every
yeah,
event in the
like,
world, though.
because like when you do the Fiverr stuff, it's just like, yeah, like, ah, man, slavery's great, guys, isn't it? Like, isn't it just awesome to have these people that just work for free? Oh, this is fantastic. Like, well, you
White
know.
Slave 1488 is my Gmail.
send me some videos. I'll edit them for you.
God, that's so irritating.
Yeah, like you could just have one real dedicated person doing that and like pay them like a good salary. You could pay that person like
Yeah.
$80,000 to live in fucking New Jersey.
Even like your nephew or something.
Yeah,
Bro, you could
Cousin
pay somebody
Angela.
else that's a part-time editor that could still do it probably just as fast, like way less than that,
That's
and
what I
still
mean,
be
like,
not
you could
paying like.
Yeah.
easily.
Why the fuck would you need a team of 11 people to do that?
I don't know.
Like it's not like they're doing 2 hours of content every
Because
day.
Alex, they're probably spending $100 a week on those 11 people.
Yeah, exactly.
It's true.
That's why, because like they just get to spend
That's
$5
so dog
a
shit.
person.
Damn.
It's so fucked. But hey, we gotta love it. We love.
And then
our
when those kids
consumer
get
culture.
fat and diabetic and they have to have surgeries when they're like 16.
no, no, Rizzler.
It's gonna be Filipino nurses.
Part 1 achieved. They are fat.
When they turn into Fatty and CJ
Mhm.
in 10 years.
Hey Rizzler, when you get fat, you're gonna hate it.
That's another thing they talked about on their podcast is Big Justice, like, he kind of wants to pursue a wrestling career because
Of
he
course
already
he
has his
does.
foot in the door with AEW. But he's going to be a pro wrestler like Logan Paul because Logan Paul proved
Logan
that
Paul.
you could do it as a social media influencer.
So did his dad, and then he tore his fucking
It's
knee
true.
up and can't like move as much.
Yeah.
They were like on another pay per view recently, weren't
Were they?
But the thing is, the Paul brothers, they have like charisma or Riz, as they would call it. Like, as much as people talk shit about them, like, they trained hard and they can also talk into a microphone.
yeah,
And we've seen that the Costco guys, like, they went on that, was it Jimmy
Yeah, Jimmy Fallon
He was
got
on
sick of him.
Fallon. Yeah.
He got
wouldn't
sick
let
of
him
them
give
because they're
5
such
big
bad
boons.
fucking interviewers. And, like, of course, 2 of them are kids, so they're not, like, you can't ask too much of them, but, like, they're not that fun to watch. They're really only, like, it works in, like, a 30-second video where they're like, oh, got this cookie.
Yeah.
Boom. Whoa. But, like, you talk to them for 2 minutes and they're just like, oh, I don't know. Yeah, we just make videos. Like, I don't know. Boom.
That pisses me off about anything where they're like, we got to go on every podcast. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
I joke around, but I just feel bad for the kids.
Yeah. Yeah, you shouldn't put your kids on the internet to begin with.
I'm a big proponent. I'm a big proponent of just absolutely not putting your kids on the internet, not using your kids as like anything like for
Yeah,
content.
it's hard enough to deal with as an adult, like having images of you out there and having people consume you and
It's
like
really bad. Oh, hold on. Don't say consume you.
eat me. But they just like they treat you as this person who's like not a human being and you're just there to entertain them and they talk about you like you're like someone they knew.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, that guy used to be funny, but he fucking sucks now. Like, he's a fucking asshole
Mhm.
loser. He's a piece of shit. That sucks enough to deal with as an adult. Just having to sort of like dissociate from that
Mhm.
there are like all these people that you've never heard of, you've never met, that they just hate you for some reason.
Yeah.
They have like a totally like made up lore about you.
Yeah. Like you could live in Ohio.
But like having to
and
deal with that
Springville.
as like a 12-year-old, that would make you so fucked up.
Yeah. It would absolutely just like stunt you.
Also, soon you're
emotionally.
going to go through puberty like before the blink of an eye, and people are still
Mhm.
going to be confusing with Hezbollah because of 8-year-old memes of you.
Mhm. But
You
like,
know what I mean?
it's
Yeah.
it's
That
hard
still
enough.
happens to me now.
It's hard
Yeah,
enough to
sure.
go through puberty and go through life like as a kid already. Like you're everything changes, your emotions change. You don't know how to handle it all. School's tough. Dealing with like other kids is
Getting
always
hair in
tough.
new places.
Yeah, on top of your head. That's new for some of these people. They just look like babies. But like then to add on like, hey, we want to post like pictures of you online every day for these fucking freaks. Cause then you have people like, you guys rock. And then there's like a million other like, you fat little piggy, I'm gonna stuff you. Like, they shouldn't have to read that. Like you shouldn't have to
Yeah,
even
you shouldn't have
no
to
one
deal
should
with like,
even
as
say
a
that.
child, you shouldn't have adult haters that you have to listen to.
And as a man who keeps saying that the Rizzler's 35 years old, as an adult hater.
Yeah, he's an adult man.
Yeah, he's like
It's
Andy
funny to say,
Milonakis.
but like also, you know, it's like it's fucked up that like that kid is out there. And
The real
just-
thing though
you
is
can
that AJ Bufumo is a fucking psycho.
yeah,
He's a
of
fame
course.
obsessed freak.
Yeah, but all those everybody who puts their kid
And he did
out
it.
But
there
he's
like
also-
that is
The thing that he never talks about on podcasts to be even more interesting is that he's obsessed with Walt Disney, like old Italian grandmas are obsessed with Padre Pio.
ooh.
He fucking loves Walt. He loves Walt
Yeah.
Disney on like on a human, like a superhuman level. Like he thinks he's a god.
Yeah, that's cool.
He's his biggest inspiration.
Well, he created two awesome parks, man, in the U.S. and then multiple
He
more.
created a mouse.
And they created a mouse. He created a cool rabbit, Oswald, right? He was a rabbit.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
Goofy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't know he created you. Oh, fuck. God,
Let's
Hey,
say-
fuck
Oh,
you.
shit.
Turn your
No, you
monitor
can't say
on.
that to a Canadian dude. You can't say a Canadian's
Yeah.
Oh,
goofy. You can't
hey,
do
Of
that.
all the
Goofy,
people
eh?
to call Goofy.
guy that thinks every cartoon's like just from the same universe. He made Buzz Bunny,
but
Elmo Fudd,
Bugs Lightyear. You got
Elmo Fudd, Buzz Bunny, and Elmo Fudd. I'm just mixing
Elmo
universes.
Fudd.
Elmo Fudd.
I love that.
Yeah.
You guys hear Elmo's World got put off air because he got evicted? He didn't have rent control anymore.
Oh fuck!
And
Man,
AOC
that's a
ignored
bummer.
it.
He was a kid. Who rented to a fucking
My
kid?
daughter's
Mr.
gonna lose her
Noodle,
mind
his
at that.
landlord.
Yeah, well, Mr.
Oh,
Noodle's
shit.
many people. Mr. Noodle's a fucking idiot.
It
He's
was at
supposed to
least
send in the
two
checks.
guys. Yeah.
And
Mi-
Mr. Noodle.
Why
is
are there
supposed
two
to send
different
in the
Mr.
checks.
Noodles?
I can actually answer. There's actually several different Mr. Noodles. One of them passed. The main one passed away a few years ago, and then now they
Good.
sort of have celebrities come in and do it. But the first Mr.
Oh, I didn't know
Noodle
Elmo's World was
like an
actually
actor.
still going. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, not anymore. Like I said, Mr. Noodle.
Well, do you see like
misplaced
the newer
checks.
episodes though? Like, does your kid watch them?
We watch sometimes. That's like
Mostly
all
just
the
Elmo
TV we
Fudd.
get. Yeah, we get the Elmo like Sesame Street on Max, and we'll just play some of those episodes. And she'll watch like 20 minutes of it, and then be like, "All right, I'm done. I'm gonna play and read a book."
If you go to
so
if you ever don't know what to put on, you can go to TV Garden and go to China, and there's a Peppa Pig channel just in China that's just in Chinese.
So what we need, if I ever need something to put on, I go on YouTube and I search flashing bright lights 10 hour.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I just play that and she sits down. And let me tell you, she loves it. She spaces out.
Yeah.
She just goes crazy. And I get to
I
go
just type in ADHD.
Yeah, I get to go lay down upstairs and look. I'm scrolling reels for about 4 to 5 hours.
How do you make sure that their default state is just having like 20 different screens stimulating them and like playing air horn noises? In the second they don't have that, they're like, oh, I'm so bored. Oh.
Always playing fuselage sounds, like 600 megahertz sounds,
Yeah.
so your kid thinks he lives in a space
It
station.
is. I will say my biggest complaint as a parent is it's so frustrating having to rip the books out of her little hands and then put the tablet in front of her that's playing those videos where it's the car crashing into the Joker and they're trying to take the Joker down to 0 HP. And then
Yeah, how's she gonna
and
go
then,
viral by reading
okay, yeah,
books?
that car's going straight at the Joker and he's down to 50 HP. But then all of a sudden he spawns like a knife, right? And then the knife stabs the car and the car dies. Then the other car comes in and then it flips around and then it crashes into his ass, which is actually his strong spot.
Dude,
so
those
it
games
doesn't
are
do any
hard.
HP. Yeah, it's fucking hard, man. But it's tough when
They're
like,
hard just
you
to
know,
download.
your daughter,
I can't find them.
your daughter just wants to sit there and read books. It's like, no, you need to learn. You need to watch these videos.
Did you guys ever get grounded from reading?
I did.
Me too.
And then I
No,
snuck.
I don't think so.
I got
It was
grounded
kind
from
of like a
reading
go
for
outside
not-
type thing.
Mine was for not doing any of my homework when I was like in like second grade, and then they grounded me from everything else, and then I just like they grounded me from reading. My mom caught me reading my sister's math book in the basement, and then she's like, "Why don't you read your own book?"
Loser. Just trying to fucking just reading somebody else's school book just to
Yeah.
read something that's not yours.
Because I just didn't want to do it. I just
You
was
should have been
like,
homeschooled,
no. I
man.
put my fucking foot down, and I was like, "No, this shit sucks. I'm not doing this stuff."
You should have
I
been
would've
homeschooled.
I would have been. I'd know nothing, dog. If I was homeschooled,
You know
I
what though?
couldn't-
Like the thing is, like we would have like a sit down time. Like our dad was the math guy, so we would learn like basic shit with him. And my dad was so like just psycho and impatient. He'd be like, I hate all the fucking busy work they give in public schools, the 100 times tests and stuff. You either know it or you don't. Who fucking cares? And I was like, yes, that's kind of true. But
yeah.
so we'd learn it, and then it was like, I mean, some of the kids needed more one-on-one time, but
I didn't mind doing that, like just going like worksheets of times tables.
that's why I loved it though, because some of these curriculums, they would lay out, here's what you have to do from now until the end of the school year, and I would look at it and I'd be like, this is nothing. And I would blow through that shit in like a month and have the entire rest of the school year off. My dad would be so pissed.
Dude, you had homemade ChatGPT in your brain. That's crazy.
Like I think my biggest issue was like we would do stuff in the classroom and like understood it and I could do it. And then we'd have more homework to do at home. And it was like, we already did this. And like,
yeah, homework is kind of bullshit.
I always felt bad for my public school friends. You guys had so much shit to do. Bullshit.
Yeah. Especially when it was like worksheets and shit. Like I get expecting kids to make like essays or like a poster or like a project or something, because there's like an element of like individual creativity.
True.
And you have to sit down and work on it. But like shit that's just like doing math problems. Like, why do I need to do that? And also like I just used a calculator most of the time.
Yeah.
When they sent us home with like a workbook of just like times table shit.
But like
I'm just
I didn't need
like,
to.
Fuck
I
you
still
for making me
don't.
do this.
I can do so many fucking like multiplication, division stuff, like complicated stuff.
It's also
in my
very
head.
easy.
It's easy.
I'm talking
for
about
me.
like long division.
Yeah,
type
well,
stuff.
no, I can do that in my fucking head. I can do all of that in my head, and so it was just so annoying, and like I just wouldn't do
divide
it.
1,000 by 100 right now.
Probably 0, I think.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Probably. I don't know.
Everything's dividable.
Hold on,
by 0.
chatgpt.com.
No, I'm probably right.
If I have like a 2-digit math, if I start thinking of like a 44 plus 44, I do the thing like the steep
It's a
roll
great band.
where you look up and cross your eyes. That's the fucking trying to think of the
But like, yeah, we would come home with worksheets and I was like, I don't want to fucking do this worksheet. I want to play video games. I want to go outside and like shoot a basketball. Like I want to do anything. And so my mom would be like, do you have any homework? I'd be like, no, every single day. I would just, no, I don't. Of course I don't. And then it was just like, and then I'd have to get my agenda signed every single day. And that's been my life. It's just like, I fucking hate sitting there and doing homework. And I get it. Like I get like Spanish. When I had Spanish, I never minded it. Cause like, that's how you learn. And I get it for math. I get why you assign that stuff. But if I feel like if I already understand it and I'm getting like 100s on the tests, why do I have to do even more homework? Like, come on. Like, let me just get a fucking pass. Yeah. Let me get a fucking pass here.
And then there's the aspect of it where like, there's so much shit they're sending you home with and so much reading you have to do.
Yeah.
And then you look at the other people in your class and they're like people that you know, like this guy's going to drop out the second he can and he's probably going to overdose. And I was right about all those people. They did. And they did.
Even before that, my friend Jacob was like this. He was a kid who was obsessed with like Tupac and Biggie, who's this Korean kid that at the time was one of the biggest kids in the class. And he wore big Timberlands that were never tied. And he was a kid that would like not wear winter coat, not wear a backpack. And he'd carry his homework we'd be walking over Cardinal Creek on the way back from elementary school, and he'd throw all his homework in the fucking water. That is how he'd do his homework.
I wonder what his parents were like.
That kid was the GOAT.
I wonder, I want to meet his Korean parents.
I know.
Did you have any homework? No. Oh, all right.
Okay.
Yeah. You're going to be a YouTuber when you grow up.
All right. Enjoy your Tupac. I don't know why you like Tupac at 8 years old, but okay.
Yeah,
awesome.
my parents didn't check that much because they knew that like I could like self-regulate to a point.
Yeah.
Like I never failed a class.
No, I never failed,
school.
but if I got a C, I was grounded for like an entire quarter because we had quarter.
Yeah, like they would check my report card and shit.
So
but they also didn't have to like. They knew that I would do enough to not get in trouble.
Yeah,
I got like a
didn't
C.
want to.
I got like a C in a college class, and it was my first like really bad grade. And I was like 22 or something. And it was a community college class. And my dad looked like he was gonna throw up. I was like, what?
If they had just shot me up with stimulants, I would have got way better grades. But they didn't.
I
So
wasn't even
don't
that
know.
great of a student. There shouldn't have been that type of
Yeah.
Like I didn't win any prestigious awards or anything.
Like,
Why
I
do
mean,
you
I
expect so
know-
much out of me?
And I know I was wrong, and like all the stuff I did was wrong. Like it's fucked up, and I'm not looking forward to it. And my kids are like at that point, and they're like, "Well, I'm gonna do just enough so I don't get in trouble at home." Because that was my mentality. It was
Wow.
like, all right, I get like 3 B's and an A, and my parents are just like, well, we can't really say anything. So it's like, yeah, I can
good
just settle
enough.
for fucking B's. Yeah, it's like, all right, we can't yell at you.
As long as
we
you know the
you can
shit.
do better, but like, yeah, I mean, shit, like you're not failing, you're not getting anything. Like as long as we didn't get C's, we never got in trouble, and they didn't yell at me. So I was like, all right, I just won't get a C. Simple. Like,
It's okay if you bullshit through your work, but you better know that shit.
yeah,
Like, you better know how to spell basic words. You better know how to read.
Mhm.
You better know, like, how to do times tables and how to read a clock and shit.
yeah,
Because even if you want to goof around in school, like, if you don't know that stuff, you're stupid.
yeah,
And people just don't respect you in any context. If you're someone who's like, what does that say? Like an adult who can't read stuff or is like, I don't like reading.
yeah.
Like when you hear an adult say that, I don't like reading.
Like an outlaw reader.
Yeah. Like even if you fail your classes and you learn it at home, like that's okay. But if you're like that as an adult, you are stupid and I don't want to be around you unless I have to.
When someone recommends you a
Sorry.
book and you say, "Ooh, how thick is it?"
Yeah.
How many numbers?
How many peepees is it?
When I was watching some old outlaw clips on Friday, and there was one where he has to read like a big scroll of text, and then he's
Oh
just
my
like,
god, that fucking one.
like Zelda and running paint, and he's skipping
The
like every
Arakawa or
4
whatever.
words. Yeah, yeah, Kala
Yeah.
Village, and it's like oven, misery, meaning, and you can tell he's like
He's reading words that weren't there. He goes missing,
Yeah.
and it wasn't even in the paragraph.
he's skimming the whole thing, just making up words, and like
Blue
it's like that's
flame.
why he can't fucking do anything in any video games. Because he can't read what it tells him to do. And he's just like, I
Yeah.
don't know.
It's so funny the little kid thing where he's like going, like he's reading
Like,
fast,
ooh,
but he's
fast
not
read.
taking any of it
Yeah.
in. Like, ooh, we're so
I
impressed.
have a strong feeling his parents did his homework for him.
Yeah, just to get
I
him
could see
by.
that.
Like I'm like 90% sure that happened.
Brian did it. His little David Spade.
Because that's just his answer to everything. He's like, well, I shouldn't have to do it.
Well, I
Like
can't
someone
do
else
it.
should do it. Yeah, like Brian should do it, or like anything he's asked to do.
Yeah.
Like setting up his computer, streaming a game, reading stuff, any basic shit. Like someone else is supposed to do it
building
for me
a
while I
chair.
sit here. Yeah, building a chair. Like I'm supposed to sit here and play Kingdom Hearts and lose at it and scratch my nuts and eat candy, and everyone else is supposed to do stuff for me. But the people doing the work, they're not supposed to be famous. I'm supposed to be famous for sitting here and ordering people to do stuff.
I pointed out the other day that he took like a 7-month break from live streams after they got rid of Google Hangouts because he couldn't figure out how to do anything, how to stream from anything else. And he's like, fuck this, too hard.
Yeah, it's like the StreamYard people.
He's so
Like they're so obsessed with it, but they can't figure out like any basic shit. And it's like inherently irritating to me to even see those people like on YouTube
yeah.
trying to be content creators or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the type of old people that are like, well, I can't log into my account, so like I'm not going to use it anymore. Like I don't know how to. They changed where the button is, so I'm just never gonna. It's like, well, get off the fucking computer,
Yeah.
Grandpa. I don't care. Like if you can't set up basic shit, like if you can't figure out how to log into your email, I don't want to fucking see videos from you, you stupid
I just want to
motherfucker.
go live. How do I go live?
I just want to go live.
How do I go live?
Because we can see, like, you can see that the people who can't even figure out their computer, they can't figure out how to log into YouTube or like copy and paste.
Mm-hmm.
Like Maja and Fatty and all those people, like they have nothing to say.
You don't even
Yeah.
try to get a laptop either. You got to go live from your phone. And then you got to turn your
go
camera
live
off
from
so
your
you can look at
phone.
chat.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Like Fatty said like 5 years ago, I'm thinking about getting a laptop so I don't have to just go live on my phone and hold it up, and then every time I check my texts, my
Oh,
cam
at this
goes
point,
off.
get another phone.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
You're going
Yeah, like
live.
Devin.
phone.
God damn.
Yeah, there
He's
you
one of
go.
those guys where like if he got a laptop, like they wouldn't open it up. Like he would expect it. He would expect his family to set it up for him and then like physically put it in front of him
Mhm.
and then log into all the shit for him. And then even then he would be like, I don't know,
You're
and just forget
triggering
about
me.
it 10 minutes in.
Devin's Apple bill being like $1,000 plus
You're,
a month.
you're triggering me because there's so many people
So
like that where it's like,
frustrating.
I'll get it started and let's go. Let's get it going.
Yeah, it's so irritating because it's like I don't need to see you go live and just sit there.
Mhm.
Like I don't need to see you do that. So if you don't want to put in 5 minutes to learn the technical skills to do it, then that's fine. That's fine. Like we don't need videos from you. We don't need food reviews from you if you can't even use your computer.
We actually
That's
do. Their
totally
actors
fine.
are going to put them on IMDb.
They're going
Plus.
extinct. Ever since Chew Boom left, the food
Yeah.
reviewers have been slowing down.
Yeah, food reviewers are dying off ever since I stopped making videos. But it's the part in the Outlaw Sneak Strike video where it takes him 40 plus attempts to like 50 actually to like do a tutorial, and he's every day, every moment in the chat, he's like, well, I guess, hey, if you put it in video time, if you put it in the chat, I'll do video time. If you put it in the chat, I'll do video time, which is meaning if you put the link to how to do this in the chat, he'll watch it for like 15 minutes and then try to emulate it so he can beat this level.
It's so irritating. It's like, what the fuck are you there for then? You can't even figure it out, and then someone else has to pull up the walkthrough, and then they have to link you the walkthrough, and then like hold it up in front of your face. It's like, what are you useful for then? Why can't I just watch someone else do this who knows how to do it?
But like, if you type out what to do in the chat, he won't be able to read it. He cannot read, and like he'll just skim through. And go,
it's just so annoying. It's the same thing with like vlogs and a lot of the guys we watch, where they want to do this thing that's like totally frivolous and redundant, and no one needs people streaming Call of Duty or like old Xbox 360 games. So like 20 people should not have to coach you through it and guide you and like set up all your shit for you, because like there's no benefit to society. So like if you don't even care about doing it, that's fine. Just go watch TV. Who cares?
Yeah. I'm starting to come around on guys like that though, who, I mean, like a one of the most successful versions of it, I guess, would be like a Wings or a Dark Side Phil, where they hit live and it's literally like how you feel when you're clocking in on your at your worst job you've hated the most in your life, and they're just like, and that like it's almost always their fault. Most like 99.999% of all the guys that do that don't even have an audience, like blogs where no one's even watching except the random person that will click on and just hear them coughing and immediately close out. But it's so funny to just think about that. Like, gotta put in my time.
Yeah, Darkside Phil and Wings, like, they're in such a bad position where they, like, that is the best way for them to make money.
Yeah.
Because, like, Wings of Redemption, his other option would be, like, working at Safeway.
Yeah. Now it's going to have to be, because his ass is going to get arrested.
Oh, yeah, he got in a fight.
He shoved his wife down on stream while she was trying to break up a fight. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. He has anger issues.
He was choking out Keemstar, and she came, like, it was like one of those things where he, like, pushed her off, like, get away from me. And she's like shaped like him, so she just hit the back of her legs, hit the coffee table, and she like rolled over onto it. It was very WWE. She's fine, but it was like a definitely didn't need to happen type thing.
But he's in such a shitty position where he has to be like, he just has to sit there like stewing in this soup of being a loser, because that is the best way for him to make money. And it's not like he can actually like, he can't actually make good content where he's like enthusiastic about a game or he's really good at something, because we've seen like his peak. Yeah. Which is being like kind of okay at Call of Duty, like Call of Duty 3 or 4 online.
It's been 12 years now since he was relevant in Call of Duty.
By camping. Like that's him at peak performance.
It's a legit strat.
It's him just camping in a Call of Duty game, and then when he dies, he like throws his controller and goes like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna fucking kill you." Jordy. He can't ever achieve anything better than that. And the only other option is a real job, which sucks. So he just has to sit there and be like, yep, thanks for the $5. I am really fat.
But if you're if you're one of those guys and you're going on LOLcow Live hosted by Keemstar, like
that's what I'm saying.
And
that setting,
I don't care about your personal.
Keemstar rented that big house they were at for like a fat camp with him and Boogie and a bunch of other big fat guys.
Yeah.
Like that was the setup.
And those guys are also bad people too.
Yeah, they're all bad people.
In the same way, like Fatty is a bad person. Where, like,
for sure.
It's not because they're like fat or whatever. No. Though that has like, it is sort of overlapping. Just the lack of self-control and like the self-pity and just like wanting to just give up all control over your life and say like, oh, it's just something happening to me and you guys need to feel bad for me and do everything for me.
So depressing.
They're just like awful manipulators who are just like a burden on everybody.
Yeah, like it's the same level of like Asmongold's house being like fucking gross. It's like, well, I grew up and I didn't know any better, and it's like, no, you're still fucking disgusting. You're an adult. Like you live in this world, and like you should understand. Like you think you're so an expert on everything. Well, then fucking clean your house, and then you can have an opinion on anything else in the world. Get the flies out of your fucking house, you creep.
He's depressed.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. Oh, never mind. He's depressed because the state of the world that he watches on YouTube videos.
People have to give you money if you're depressed.
That's true.
That's the thing. Like, it's good. Like, it's not just like people say like, oh, he's depressed. Like, oh, that makes sense that you would live like that. Yeah. Like, people have to worship you and give you money.
Yeah.
And like watch you sit in your dirty room.
Yeah.
And be like, this guy is so fucking cool.
You should support him being depressed.
You have to be like, I really respect this guy and his opinions, and I love his life, and I want to suck his weird skinny nerd cock.
Here's the thing: if you want to respect someone's life and you want to suck, well, not that, but well, no, Chet, you want to suck Chet's little skinny, skinny white nerd cock. Well, then on June 7th,
It might
you
be
can come
thick,
to our
I
live
don't
show. No, I don't know. I can't say for sure.
We'll have him pull it out. I don't know.
He's not here, so we don't know.
Toy Pizza Expo and 5 Points Fest, $30 for a ticket. $5 goes to a charity that the Yard puts on where they feed people in the community, and you get a ticket to the whole event. So look at that.
Yep, we're going to be doing lots of pranks. We're going to be going around to the different booths
We're
where they
gonna
have
be
the
doing
toys.
doo-doo platter spray.
The doo-doo splatter prank in the bathroom. We're going to be doing the air horn prank. We're going to be doing the grinder prank in the bathroom.
Yeah. We're in the
Where
fake
you try to
glory
crawl
hole.
under the stall and you're naked. Yeah, the fake glory hole prank.
Can we have a ticket upgrade, the VIP package, where it's just this little roped part of the floor
Yeah.
where they can stand, and where it's just like on the same level and everything? Like anybody can just stand right next to it. Also,
If you give me $30 cash the day of, you can also stand on the stage next to us.
Yeah. If you pay for your tickets cash with us,
Yeah.
then that's actually better. That's actually better for us if you just give us the cash directly.
$30 on top of it to us the day of. You can stand side stage for the pod.
Yeah.
And you will still have to buy tickets and a wristband and stuff. But if you want to buy special tickets with us,
Yeah. Just give us each $30.
Yep.
we'll say you can skip the line.
Mm-hmm.
And if people get mad at you, just say the podcast guys, they said I can skip the line.
Yeah, they said
For, like, the
I'm
drinks
cool.
and shit.
They said
I'm cool. So they say they know the owner. Like they forget his name, but they know the owner.
We'll shout out all of our patrons.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Every
yeah.
single name.
Doing that
list.
I hate when people do that when they have to go through for like 20 minutes at the end of a video just shouting out the names. Like I would feel bad. I would feel bad if I was a patron of somebody in every single video they had to go down all these names and I was just like I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to have to read out my name every single time. Like, and I also don't want you giving out my fucking full name.
You fucking say my name and you fucking thank me. We should do that, and then the dollar amount, and then like the more you give, the longer we'll take to reach your name. And then if you're in that $3 tier, we're gonna say it real fast.
I was emailing back and forth with our leasing office to renew our apartment lease like a while ago, and I forgot I had changed my Gmail name, so my name would be different on YouTube when I was in Jack's chat. So I was emailing back and forth with the name Cooch Rolo. Like, who the fuck is Cooch, and why is he emailing me?
Hey, y'all, I want to live here again.
Yep.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, it's me
What
again.
up? What up? It's me,
Your boy
Cooch.
Cooch.
It's your boy
You know
Cooch.
the apartment that's always playing Jelly Roll real loud. It's me, Cooch.
And there are a lot of old guys who have nicknames like that. Oh, this is Cooch.
Cooch Sperm. I know an old guy named Kermit. Kermit the
Ooh.
fucking frog.
Oh, don't talk about Kermit.
That's a
Whatever,
great
fucking
name.
sex.
We got another T-Berry
It's a great name. It's
flag.
one of those names where like you were born like a year before Kermit the Frog came out. And then you're just immediately like, oh shit.
And then
You get to
Voldemort.
kindergarten and people are like, look at this fucking moron. You're like that green puppet.
Yep.
I'm going to fuck you.
Yeah. Everybody's pretending to be Miss Piggy.
Naming your son Oscar the Grouch, then that puppet comes out.
Oh,
So
yeah.
cringe. Damn it, my son Oscar the Grouch is pissed now. He looks like a dumbass.
Yeah. I named my kid Thanos.
And he's grumpy.
And the next year that movie came out. Everyone thinks it's because of the movie. No, I just came up with it.
Well, Oscar's a popular name now, isn't it? Like I know a bunch of people that
Yeah.
are my age that had kids that named their kids Oscar.
I know what Oscar.
It's probably after the guy from The Office.
My friend Oscar, that's older than The Office, is named after the gay guy. Also, he's Australian.
Oh, fuck.
He's
Oh,
named after
nice.
the gay Mexican guy from The Office.
You named after that guy.
This is my son Oscar and my daughter Grammy.
Ooh, Oscar Pistorius. That's a
Oscar
guy who was up to no
Pistorius.
good.
My other son Tony.
I would say Oscar Pistorius had a piss poor story.
Oh shit!
Mm-hmm.
One of my sons is going to be named Oscar and the other one's going to be named Tony, but I'm going to wait to name them until I figure out which one is gay.
Yeah.
Because I want the gay one to
Ah.
be named Tony and the straight one to
Well,
be
here's
named
the
Oscar.
here's the
If
thing.
you have a daughter,
actually,
you could have
because
Emmy.
Here's the dark truth
Oh, yeah,
about
Emmy.
Hollywood that they'll never tell you is that they're all gay.
Oh,
Oh.
shit.
Yep, that's what they were
Oh,
doing at the Diddy
fuck.
parties. Diddy parties go back to like the 1800s, the start of the
I was at the
Oh,
Drewski
yeah.
party.
Charlie Chaplin was no Drewski party. That's different. That's a
Charlie
newer
Chaplin,
thing.
he was not a good guy.
Charlie Chaplin had Diddy parties, I believe, and you can't
You
sue
tell
me,
Charlie
right? 'Cause
Chaplin's
he's
not a good guy
dead.
because Hitler
He was a Diddy
copied him.
type.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hitler copied him. That's true.
Every single person with that mustache is a bad person.
Also, Harry Houdini, as they called him.
Yep, Harry Houdini.
Yeah.
You don't even want to know what he's locking up.
Oh, he'd make people disappear.
Yeah. His greatest trick was hiding his penis in a woman.
Just like David Copperfield.
Oh,
It's true.
shit.
Yeah, any sort of magician.
Yeah,
It's
you
kind of
can't
sus
trust
to
him.
be a
makes-
magician,
it
honestly.
always
Very
has
sus.
been.
Always sus. I don't trust him.
Because you're in show business and your primary thing is just tricking people.
Yeah,
I don't like him.
keep those cards away from me. But that's what, like,
the only
if
one I
that-
trust
if-
is Valentino, who was the masked magician that exposed all
Ooh,
their
yeah.
fucking dark secrets.
If like Chris Angel came up to me with like a deck of cards, I would just smack those cards out of his hand. Get the fuck.
Yeah, I
outta
don't like
here.
cards.
Get
I'm
the
not a
fuck
fan of
outta here.
cards.
Chris Angel had one of the best Cribs episodes. It's so one
Mhm.
of the most gaudy houses ever. He
Wait.
actually had like the blank check type mansion of like just the stupidest shit. Like,
Well,
here's my badass guitar that
Yeah,
was
you would
owned by.
expect it.
Here's my badass guitar owned by the devil. Fuck you.
It would be really funny if you were Chris Angel and you did Cribs and it was like a completely normal house.
one
Like
bedroom.
it was like a
apartment.
Martha Stewart type house.
90-year-old
Yeah.
Columbus, Ohio grandma's house, like
Yeah,
doilies
like,
and shit.
This is the original marble. I've got this set of fine china here, and I've got this tablecloth. This is actually Amish made. It was knitted in Pennsylvania.
You're in some retirement community in like Dublin, Ohio. It's like an HOA.
Yeah, and I want you
Right
to
on
come
the
over
golf
here.
course.
I want you to come over here. Smell this. I'm making pierogi.
They should do that. They should do Cribs with grandmas.
Yeah, cribs with regular people. Let's do that.
That
Yeah.
is- that was one of the most popular episodes, and ironically, that it was the Red Man episode, right? Was it?
I don't
Was
remember
Red
if
Man
that
or
was-
Method Man's crib? The famous one where it's like just his house. It was just his like shitty little house in New Jersey or whatever. Anyway, like there's a bunch of videos now about how so many Cribs episodes were fake, and it was all just like
Yeah.
these rented houses, and they'd fill it with shit
Yeah.
and say it was theirs, which is also like way funnier.
Mm-hmm. It's
Yeah.
great. It's like the Yin Yang twins house was filled with shit that they like. It's clearly fake because they don't know any of it, and they're like
Yeah.
sort of just discovering. And that's like you can see them being like, "Hey, we got this thing, we got this fucking thing."
Yeah, like
It's
most rich
all right.
people, they don't have a house full of interesting shit.
Yeah,
No,
'Cause they
most
don't have
houses are
time and they
empty
don't have,
keep
like-
moving.
Yeah, it's like people who are like on tour all the time and they come home and their house is just like a TV and a couch. It's like r/male living
Mhm.
spaces
yeah.
type of shit. And they're like not married and they don't have a woman there.
When every streamer gets really, really big and they just keep upgrading their house every like once a year, and they just never have anything in the background because they keep moving
Yeah.
more boxes.
I love
Yeah.
when they
Awesome.
have like the same like dining room chair they've been sitting in for like 15
Oh my
years,
God.
and it's like a time lapse. You could like just like the background gets like nicer and nicer
That's
and nicer, but
E-Rob.
they
He
still
still has
have
this
like
like
that fucking
shitty
shitty
DX racer, and it's all stained
Yeah.
and shit. He's like, "This chair means a lot to me," and then he always complains about his
Ah.
back pain.
I hate those gamer chairs.
Yeah, they're the worst. They piss
They
me off,
suck.
man.
Obama was still president. No, not
That's
really,
crazy.
but I think it
Yeah,
was
but,
2017 or 18 when he got that thing. He still has
like
it.
those don't last that long, and they're super uncomfortable.
They immediately get loose too. If you're not retightening that all the time, you just sit down. It feels like they're gonna fall to the floor any second, just shatter.
When I would do those 24-hour streams in that chair, I would like afterwards, I'd like every 4 hours, I'd stand up and my legs would just be numb, and then my ass is like covered in sweat, and I was like, my God.
Yeah, sitting sucks.
Yeah, when I'm in my Herman Air and I can sit all day and it feels like I'm on air.
This
Mhm.
chair, it's like metal and mesh, and like I can sit in it for as long as I want, and I don't feel any pain. I don't
The
feel.
other thing I
anything.
love about the
this
mesh
chair.
ones is they don't fucking stink.
Yeah. Your
Sometimes
your butt
gamers
stink goes
stink.
right through it.
Yeah, but this doesn't.
But
I
like I don't start my
anybody
stream
can come
like
over right now and
stinking
smell
like
my
ass.
chair and it wouldn't stink. No, but I'm saying like sometimes you
Oh, I
game and
know.
it ends up being that way.
Yeah, that's
That-
when I on some of
the
those
Sol-
like
the
4
Soulja
hour
Boy
streams.
clips. Shout out to the real gamers who sometimes game so hard they butt stink.
When I lived in the other apartment, and like I had my whole office, but there was no ceiling fan, and like the window faced the sun, and like I would stream,
Ooh.
and like the AC didn't really go to that room, and I'd stream for like 4 hours and during the day, and I'd just come out like sweating. I was like, oh my God,
Yeah,
I feel
you're like a
disgusting,
nut fog.
man. Yeah,
It's fucked up.
yeah, it sucks.
I have that with this angle in the morning sometimes.
mm-hmm.
The morning sun will just fucking
Yeah,
torch
and
me.
like
I mean, right now
August-
even I have my right hand's more tan than my left hand. Someone's like a trucker. My mouse hand.
like living on like the top floor of the apartment building, and like all that heat rises, and you're just like
Oh,
hot
yeah.
all the time. You're like, God damn, this fucking sucks.
Who did you have below you?
People who complained about me pounding on my desk and laughing at 1:30 in the morning.
What was their age and race?
I'd have never saw them actually. I think they were younger because like during COVID, you know, I'd stream until late most days, and then I'd like start laughing at something, and all of a sudden I'd just hear boom, 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 and I'd be like, "Uh-oh, time to wrap this up." And then we get a call. We get a call like a day later, and be like, "There were some complaints about noise from your apartment," and I was just like, "Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting. I'll have to investigate."
Well, I have some complaints about someone banging on the ceiling. I was going to register a complaint too. It's actually louder than
So
what
that
I
would
was
happen
doing.
on occasion.
Our old apartment, we'd have the apartment building call and be like, there was reports of marijuana smell coming from your apartment. Like, probably. Like, what the fuck? Fuck you.
It was probably the person who complained.
Yeah.
We had one neighbor below us where they smoked like 4 people lived, like 4 adults lived, and they all smoked cigarettes all day.
Yeah.
And then the people above us were like a bowling team.
Mm-hmm. That's when I lived in my first apartment here in the basement. Like the girl, it was like one girl who
They were
lived
playing
above
bocce
us.
in their living room.
Every fucking day, man. She's moving furniture and like playing bocce every single day. Just like
What are you
she was just
doing up
dropping
there?
balls of different sizes. It would just be like,
Jesus
It's
Christ.
like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I don't mind that as like an adult, but like if you have a baby, that shit is like you can't fuck around with that.
No, luckily, yeah, it was just me, and it was like during the daytime. Really didn't happen at night too often. But when we first moved here, like, I mean, I didn't have shit to do and was just applying for jobs, and then Michael and I were just playing Fortnite together.
Mhm.
But like at like noon, I'd like go to the bathroom, and it was just a whole bunch of fucking noises happening above me. It's like, what are you doing? What is
I
exactly?
dropped my marbles.
My different size marbles.
Oh, my bocce
Bro,
balls.
I used to have a neighbor like that where like it would sound like they were always dropping like Sacagawea
Yeah.
coins. Like it would drop and then be like the like sound. Stop it.
It's probably a loot goblin.
Just dragging a couch across the ground for like 10 minutes and then waiting like an hour and dragging it back like every day. It's like, do you have dailies? Or these chores that like someone's forcing you to move your furniture every single day?
Yeah, like you don't have to clean under the couch every day.
I'm for a big guy. I have such a silent step, and I think it's because I worked at the psych hospital for so long. I would have to do rounds and like walk into rooms while
Yeah.
people were sleeping and take notes and shit, and never wake them up. And I got really good at just being big and not making
Mhm.
any noise. And I always freak my girlfriend out. Like she'll turn around, and I'll just be there, and she's like,
Oh yeah, I do
my
that to my
God."
wife all the time.
I like stores too. I'll walk into aisles. I'll be looking at something, and some woman will turn around and be like, "Ah!" I'm like,
I'll
Jesus.
do that where like I try to sneak by with a cart with my baby, and then like I get by, but then they like turn around. They're like, oh, someone walked by me, and it's like, yeah, you don't fucking pay attention.
I hate shit like that. I hate people like that when they're like, whoa, like you're out in public and someone goes by you. They're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's like, yeah, I'm allowed to fucking be here.
I wanna like jump at them, and be like, ah.
Yeah. It makes
Yeah,
me want to just
kissing.
scare them to just like, it makes me want to do like the
Yeah.
air horn prank.
Just the stand behind you prank.
Go right up behind them
Mhm.
and just clap into their ear.
Sometimes I get
Like, why are
story
you so
anxiety.
fucking scared?
Sometimes I'll feel like there's someone that's just basically following me, even though they're probably just walking along the
Mhm.
same aisles. And it feels like they're always trying to look at where I'm going. I'm like, stop trying to copy my diet.
It's probably a pranker.
Yeah.
Buy a different
No, you want
brand.
all this.
Yeah.
I'm always being followed by these 3 Zoomers and then a cameraman.
I just get rid of my cart and go get a bunch of unhealthy stuff. Gotta get this
Man,
instead.
that's every fucking. That's the living family I always share on Instagram, where it's like the groomer guy and like his like teenage wife or girlfriend, and they're 2 like just awful looking babies.
Oh, God.
And they'll go to Costco, like, come with us, spending $5,000 at Costco, and they're throwing like fresh veggies and vegetables in the cart, and it's like, yeah, that cart was found somewhere like an hour later. They're not buying that
So
shit.
annoying.
Yeah.
They're buying.
Yeah, they're not buying all that shit, 'cause they would have to
like,
put it
they're
away.
buying all the like just squeezies and the Uncrustables and like frozen Tyson chicken
It's
tenders.
the same thing with like cooking with Jack,
Yeah.
making food, or Outlaw
yeah,
cooking
it's like you're
food.
just throwing
like,
it away.
just the idea of like doing the dishes or like putting it away or something. They're like, no, I'm gonna just go to
Cooking
a
with Jack
drive-thru."
tweeted out that he does all of his videos by himself. He runs his channel by himself.
Oh,
And that
wow.
was-
Yeah, he replied to some
that's-
engagement bait
that's
thing.
so-
The
yeah,
Philippines.
that's a good idea. There's a Tammy.
He would never.
No, every man needs a Tammy.
Yeah, he does it all by himself.
Every man in every prison
He-
woman needs a Tammy.
He would never hire some Mexicans from the Philippines to work on his stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome how confident he still is, even though he still averages like at this point he averages like 1,000
it's
views on a
nothing.
video,
It's like pathetic.
and it's all trolls.
Yeah, that's why.
What is it?
I don't know if he even thinks about that or if like his narcissistic personality disorder is capable of even like perceiving that he has like hundreds of thousands. He like how many subscribers does he have? Like
540,000 subscribers.
yeah, like 500,000 subscribers. He used to get like hundreds of thousands of views on these videos of like peeling a pineapple or whatever. And now he can't break 1,000. And it's every comment is like, "You had a stroke, you fucking piece of shit."
1 week is 3.6 thousand views for his like Miracle Noodles, the low carb pasta revolution.
Yeah, and he's still going around saying that he's like a pro YouTuber and acting like he's like Mr. Beast or something. And it's just his family doing it. It's shit his family has to do for him to like humor his delusions. Like they have to take time away from their shit to do this for him so he can say like, "I did this all by myself. I don't need help from anybody."
Lazy Man's ice cream he's doing again. I'm like, oh, here he is again. The guy that's not going anywhere needs to do the fucking fast recipe.
Motherfucker, ice cream's like $3 for a big bucket of plain ass ice cream if you want ice cream. Like,
yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Like it's not the Great Depression.
He has a standing mixer and he's doing the Lazy Man's recipe, and then he puts it in the freezer for 19 hours. I'm like, cool, fucking 23-hour Lazy Man's ice cream. I could have fucking DoorDashed some quicker than this. That'd be lazy.
Lazy Man's ice cream is just going to the store and buying it.
I don't understand shit like that. Or like the carnivore meals where it's like you're trying to recreate some sort of candy or something with carnivore. Just don't fucking have it. Like if you're too lazy to get ice cream and you're too lazy to go to the store and you can't afford ice cream, eat something else. Eat rice.
And Halo
or something.
Top is like keto. Like you could, I know it's not carnivore, but like not
almost.
But like Halo Top is like keto. You could just eat fucking that shit. Like man, and it sucks, but like you can eat a whole pint of it, and it's like 300 some calories. So you get
or just don't eat ice cream.
Don't if you're like on a diet.
Like if you're on a diet and you're like 60 years old, maybe just don't eat fucking ice cream like a little kid.
Hold up.
Oh, there's just, I don't know. There's just something that annoys me about that when there's like a 60-year-old guy who's like, "I just need a big bowl of ice cream
every day."
Halo Top reminds me of when
Every
you
day.
let ice cream, but I don't like it. Reminds me when you let some certain kinds of ice cream like sort of melt, but it just sort of stays solid, and it's eating like
there's some good flavors.
Halo Top feels
Halo
like it can get warm to me, and it would be the same.
There are some like pretty decent flavors of Halo Top, and then it is nice like if you're just like, you know what, like I want a fucking treat and I want to eat all of it, and it's like not as bad.
Yeah, it's like 300 calories.
Yeah, it's a quarter of what you'd get from a Ben and Jerry's, and if you're like detoxing from eating Ben and Jerry's all the time,
it's like a good alternative.
Great for that.
So I've done it.
Yeah, because Ben and Jerry's is woke.
Yeah, we have like good ice cream places, and then I have an ice cream maker, and so I can just make it, and it's like it takes me 10 seconds, actually 25 minutes.
Yeah, I ate so much ice cream as a kid, and it made me so
But
fat.
I do it for like it helps me to make so many like baking recipes, and then I can just do it all. And I like making stuff myself. It's fun. But, you know, it's not I don't call it the lazy man's recipe of freezing the ice cream maker and then throwing it together.
I don't eat them all the time, but if they're in the house, you know the really, really cheap ice cream sandwiches where there's like 40 of them for
those are my shit,
$4 or whatever. I could eat like 3 of those.
I could down them, like, and that's why I don't do that.
They're so yummy. And also, just the classic drumstick.
Oh, the drumstick is probably the best ice cream.
Drumstick's so goated.
It's so good.
I couldn't finish any of those.
With ice cream.
Yeah, I don't think I could finish one of those. I couldn't eat one ice cream sandwich.
I could eat.
I don't think I could finish it.
Fuck you.
I don't think I could eat the whole thing.
Do you like the chocolate chip cookie ice cream sandwiches? Those are so also really good.
No, I don't think I could finish that.
I would force it down your fucking throat.
Double chong chocolate cookie.
I couldn't finish any of that.
Boom!
I don't think I could finish the whole thing of anything.
Those chocolate chip cookie ice creams
Alex couldn't
are
even
nice,
finish one fry.
But they no, I couldn't eat that.
Or Alex orders one fry and they give him a bunch. He's like, I only wanted one large one.
Yeah, can I get a small fry? And you're looking at it like, this is like 50. I asked for a small fry.
I like the fake ice cream with like the fake little like chocolate that like gets off on your fingers when you touch it, because it goes down so easily, and it's like it doesn't feel as indulgent as like the real ice cream and the cookie.
What we're learning is there's so many ways to eat it. Do you know what one of my classic favorites is? Do you guys ever get the soft serve at McDonald's and get it dipped?
Ooh. There's a place
you can dip it at McDonald's.
Yeah, they have like the magic shell.
There's a place here
what the fuck?
That does it, and they'll dip it in different flavors, and they'll also add like a bunch of toppings. And it's kind of fun to go and be like,
will they put a club sandwich on a toothpick in it for me? Oh
shit.
But also,
do
like
love
the ice
those,
cream's
though.
not that good, but it's like kind of fun to go like and be like, ooh, yeah, we'll get like
I like what
There's a chain like that here called Le Dipperie.
the dippery.
I like going to frozen yogurt places too and watching little fat kids ruin their yogurt by
Oh,
putting
yeah.
like all the candy in it. I'm like, just go get candy.
I love when
Bears.
you get to choose.
Go get candy, you little shit.
That used to be funny to me when they would do like 2 different flavors. People would put like chocolate with like mango and then like tutti frutti.
gummy
It's like,
bears,
you fucking idiot.
nerds.
You're ruining it.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that? Because it tastes like shit.
Well, once you get it, you make it all starts mixing together. And it turns into that purplish gray color that all
Yeah.
the artificial colors mix together to make. It's like when you chew up Skittles, then look at it,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a gray bowl of like gummy worms.
or like the milk after fruity pebbles type gray.
Ooh.
Oh shit. Yeah, I poured that back into a bottle.
Yeah, you can use it again. That's still the grossest shit.
My favorite-
Like Andrew and I that knew that family that would pour the milk back, the cereal milk back in the jug.
Please, I don't want to talk. I don't want to think
Yeah,
about
Yeah,
that.
it's the same type
man.
of thinking as the lazy man shit. It's like, you don't need to save that money. Like, milk is, even now, like, milk is not that fucking expensive.
It's never been expensive. Also, this was the family who they had like the same amount of kids as us, but they all played like travel soccer, like the
Yeah.
$6,000 a year leagues. They were so rich.
But also, like,
they were that.
Yeah.
They were that
That's
type
another
of
thing
family.
that annoys me when, like, yeah, like people who, like, they have to sign every one of their kids up for, like, 4 different sports lessons. And then they complain about, like, the price of milk and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And, like, the
Fuck
kids don't
you.
even want to do it. They're like, oh, this kid has to go to skating lessons, and this kid has to go to this lessons and this lessons. And, like, I'm so stressed out. I have to get in my minivan and drive to all these things. And the kids are like, can I stay home?
Most of the kids were married at 19 with kids
Yeah.
and didn't do anything
Yeah.
after all that.
I just like,
Which-
why not just
yeah.
have those kids drink the fucking milk? If you're so afraid of like wasting it, like you're like, well, we got to save it and they got to have it. Well, just fucking drink the milk, moron. Like just have your little monster drink it. And if not, oh well, dump it out. Who
You're
cares?
a pussy if you don't drink your cereal
Yeah.
milk, to be honest.
As a kid, absolutely.
Mhm.
I don't drink it.
Well,
I haven't had a bowl of
there
cereal.
you
in
go.
forever.
Fuck you.
You're not a little kid.
I throw it directly. I don't even put it down the sink. I put it in the trash just to make it nice and wet for mom and dad.
I pour the milk in the bowl first, then I put the cereal in, and then I dump that in the fucking trash.
I get a glass of water and take 1 sip and then dump the rest in the fucking trash.
One of my siblings used to have a habit of like, if we had like paper plates or something, they'd always throw the metal forks out with it. It's so
Oh man,
annoying.
that's.
I don't
Ah,
remember
that
which one
sounds
it
like
was.
Andrew.
But
It was
yeah,
definitely Andrew.
Come on, Andrew.
my mom would be like,
L.
I know I'm not going insane. All the fucking silverware is
Yeah.
disappearing again.
That's my nightmare of like having a kid who just like throws stuff away like that.
Randomly throwing shit
Yeah,
out.
it's like,
Yeah.
get the fuck out of here.
That's why like it's kind of a fine line you're walking, teaching your toddler to even throw stuff out.
well,
you don't
so
want
we
to.
do
You don't want
that,
stuff to go missing.
and but like it has to be like supervised throw out. So I'll tell her like, oh, let's clean up and like, oh, like because she'll throw and make a mess, and then like I'll get a towel and like, but I'm off paper towels now because it's just pissing me off like storing them and so we just have like regular towels and rags and we just wash them. But she'll like go to the trash to throw it. I'm like, no, don't throw that out. Don't throw that out.
God, so funny. I wonder what one of the most valuable thing that's been thrown out that I didn't know about, because we had so many kids in our house too that had to have happened.
Probably a Dreamcast because you never get those again. That's
all true.
Oh,
Never seen
that's
it.
that. I actually have a business idea. I have a very big business idea I want to debut on this podcast, which is I am starting a farm and I am breeding Lingles and Sherlocks.
Ooh,
And so we're doing sort of like
Oh,
a
shit.
crossbreed of a Lingle and a Sherlock. And unfortunately, right
Ooh.
now, none have survived birth. We tried to water
Oh,
birth
okay.
and they developed gills, but then those gills filled up and they all died. So we're working on survivability, but I feel
it's
like
called a
once
water
we-
birth, like a water birth,
Water birth.
a water birth.
Oh man, imagine you're doing a water birth and a bunch of sea monkeys just come
Ooh.
out.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Like it's just like 5 million sea
Yeah, but
monkeys,
that's
and there's
awesome.
just
That's so
the
cool.
water gets all gray.
But
and
isn't
shit.
that what sperm is?
Like that's what would happen if you tried to get fertilized by a lingle.
A baby born with hog's head, and he's like, I'm everything.
Oh, man.
Little
He's
Gorm-
got, he's
my
got
little
that
Gorman.
red face and then just dies.
Yeah, he's just
immediately.
already like, he has a fucking 39-year-old skin.
Hog has been going crazy
I
on
know.
Twitter. Oh my, he's
He's
the
so in
goat.
love.
Yeah, it's definitely not because his wife told him to sleep in a new different room. He's definitely in happy and in heaven.
God, that must suck to be an Irish traveler wife, and you have to get married to one of those guys when you're like 12, and you've just got this 50-year-old guy who like doesn't even have a job. He just does driveway scams. and like doesn't even do that
They
half
get
the time.
so fat.
He's just like,
and
yeah, I'm gonna go
gross.
do some scams, and he just like sits in his car playing games.
Just taking pictures of himself and getting mean replies.
Yeah, just taking
from
selfies.
the Texas Sherlocks that didn't get arrested, beating up Biz Nasty.
That's awesome when like trad guys like that, they're just like acting like teen girls, just making TikToks of themselves all day.
Wow.
Like there's so many of those guys. Like the we talked about the Peckerwood guys who do that,
just
and like
crying on camera.
the truckers and the HVAC guys who are all like tough and they got the Oakleys and shit, and they're just sitting in their truck just like doing sing-alongs to like Miley Cyrus songs. And they're like, I'm a fucking husband, I fucking hold it down. Don't you ever fucking talk shit about me.
We bottle up all our emotions and never let them out, and that's the problem with us.
Yeah, I don't let him out until I'm in my car on my phone, and then I sing a song. I sing "Cold" by Crossfade.
I think I sent a guy to Aaron, but he's pretends to be a cop, and he sits in his car and he wears like this big vest that says police, and like he has this shiny face, and then he just like does like stitches where it's like someone else saying something, and he just like nods along, or then he. Like, and it's like, you need to like respect officers, and you need to like, oh, we put our lives on the line. And he just nods in his head, and like he's not wearing anything that says like where he works or like that he actually is a police officer. I think he got like the fake cage and then a fake like vest, and he just pretends to be a police officer online.
Loser.
For, like follows. I don't know. It's so cool.
It's cool that you can even do that. You can just add yourself nodding to someone else's reel.
That's my favorite.
Like that's meant for like girls dancing. Like that's who that's meant. It's not meant for like fat middle-aged guys in their car to be like, yeah.
Because that's the big thing on YouTube
tweet.
Shorts. Yeah, that's all it is. It's the big thing on YouTube Shorts and Reels is like putting a post and like a just long ass fucking Facebook post or like Twitter post. And like you have to like squint to read it because it's like zoomed like out, and then so
old
they
ass
can put them.
screenshot?
Old ass like 10-year-old screenshot about like owning a customer at work, and then some guy in the bottom just nodding his head and pointing up. Like, damn, this is my shit. I love this. Let me follow this. There's Graham's.
Thank you, man. Thank you for making this post worse by putting your ugly face on
Graham's Takes does that a lot. Just awful old man that has his account run by like a like his like 20-year-old nephew, and it's just like Grandpa takes on like this bullshit of this world, and he'll do that on.
Hate Graham's Takes.
I know you do.
He slowly drinks a Coors Light.
Yeah, that kind of shit isn't novel anymore. Like it used to be like 15 years ago, you could do Angry Grandpa, and it was like a grandpa who's on the internet and who's talking about shit or filming himself, and that was novel. But now it's like every fucking grandpa is on TikTok just ranting about shit, filming themselves with their phone all day. So like, yeah, a fucking grandpa who's on TikTok, like, okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, no shit. You can find them, like you can look up a song by The Doors on TikTok and find a million of them.
So they've dressed him up in a fur coat.
He's
slowly eating a cookie, but he's so old it's shaking when it's going to his mouth.
Yeah.
You'll miss this someday. Your first apartment, the ability to hug your mom or dad, your roommate being just a few feet away, going on first dates, feeling confused, be of all the possibilities.
I don't
not
miss
having
that.
things figured out. And that goes on for like 3 times as much as what I just read.
Yeah, it's super long.
Wall of fucking
and like
text.
it's all the videos are just exactly like that, where it's just his dumbass fucking like nephews or grandkids dress him in some stupid outfit, and it's like the modern like wisdom, and it's like, damn, learn to appreciate your life. And it's like all these people are like, Grams, thank you, Grams, you're so smart. Or it's also like, hoes suck. We hate hoes over here. Like women lie and
if you need to
steal.
cheat, you shouldn't get married.
God, that's so lame. Yeah, it's just some like broccoli hair Zoomer kid just putting this shit over his grandpa.
Yeah, and like it's just like elder abuse, but it like I don't like this guy, so I'm glad he's getting abused.
It just makes me feel bad. Like I don't feel like I'm sure this like usually when someone's some shithead like that, like their dad and their grandpa are not good people.
They're like, I hate them.
They had like a million chances to step in and be like, you shouldn't film your family for content all the time.
But hey,
but they're probably the same type of person.
Yeah, they're bad people who like ignored those kids anyway, so like it doesn't fucking matter. It's cool. I love it. I'm gonna film my.
Usually people act the way their parents
act. I think
act.
the most mad I've ever been is the last few years, and that like my grandpa's died before I was born, so I couldn't film them for content, and like me abusing them.
Yeah, it fucking sucks. I was saying like you should get Social Security survivors benefits for like presents.
I agree.
If one of your grandparents dies before you're 18, you should have to get paid out like all the presents
for your birthdays and stuff.
Yeah, and Christmas and all that shit.
All the Lingles and mock tax in line at that office.
Yeah. My fucking grandpa owes me fucking games.
It would be 800 Lingles and then 1 Mock Tack, because there can only ever be 1 Mock Tack. He's the size.
I
of
miss my
800
fucking
Lingles.
stuff.
Where's my fucking stuff? My fucking grandma just fucking died. It's bullshit. I can get my fucking stuff.
It's fucking bullshit.
Get about my
It's
fucking
fucking
stuff
bullshit.
now.
People won't give me a fucking game system for me to break.
Yeah, so whatever year you turned 18, and like if your grandparents died before then, that's the game system, and then the latest like Madden that you get. So if they died and you turned 18 in like 08, you get an Xbox 360 and Madden 09.
Sometimes I just wish I could just bring back my grandparents and just have maybe like one more day with them where we could go to Best Buy and they could get me like a PS5 and maybe like the PlayStation VR thing and like maybe like a gamer chair and like a really good monitor, maybe like 2 or 3 monitors, and then like a really nice keyboard and a mouse too for my streaming rig.
You're going to see probably in the next like 3, well, no, you'll see it now, but it'll be posted in the next 3 hours from when this was recorded. Video of my Instagram, me with an old filter on, and just being like, you'll never have these. This will be your last moment, like getting driven around by your grandparents. Your grandparents taking you to Chuck E. Cheese when you're 16 years old. Your grandparents taking you to the gas station. Your grandparents taking you to the grocery store to buy you groceries. Grandparents taking you to the Best Buy.
On some level, it's kind of nice, like not knowing what your grandpa thought about Trump.
Yeah.
Or any new shit.
Yeah.
Because like you realize like their mindset is kind of stuck in the past. Like I remember in like 2004, I was in the car with my grandpa, and on the radio they were playing Raspberry Beret by Prince, which is one of my favorite songs of all time. And he was like, song. "Is this the kind of shit you like?" It's like, man, like you can't even understand that.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
So funny.
That's the thing about age that's kind of depressing, is that like 200 years ago, someone who's like 80 years old, they were like really wise. Because you were just doing the same farming shit all the time, and like technology was about the same, so like they really did know better. But now the older you get, you're out of touch and you don't know anything. Like you want a job, like you bring your resume to the person and you get a job. Like you take the hiring site, like they just, all the advice doesn't work anymore, and they're more confused by everything they see, and it's like, man, like this is just, this doesn't have the value it used to.
But the real why, like, the problem is with a lot of those people is they feel the need to fucking tell you everything and like impart this advice upon you, instead of being like, I know these things, I can like tell you. Because like the older you get, you are wiser. Like you've lived a life. You can tell like, oh, like my wife's sister, she's 10 years younger, and when she was like 15 and we're 25, and she's like talking about her heartbreak and, oh, I loved him, I'm never gonna meet someone again. And it's like, okay, fucking calm down. Like you're 15.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, you're fine. But like, but then, you have people like that, like get into their 70s and they're like, what about like, crypto's pretty good. Should I get invested in that? It's like, all right, you don't fucking know what you're talking.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck
It's
up.
nice when people are like sober and calm, and they have like reflections on their life and like what's really important and what's not important. But then it's depressing when you have old people who like never grew up at all, and they're just like, fuck my fucking haters. No one fucking listens to my shit. Like my fucking kids are so fucking stupid. My fucking ex-husband's a fucking bitch. All the people at the store are such fucking assholes. And it's like, you're just like a millennial who's just old and ugly.
Well, if you have like regressive ideas, and it's like you're not helping anybody. You've never cared about someone else in like the day in your life. Like, don't impart this wisdom. Don't fucking talk to people about this shit. Like, just go in a corner and die. Like, you're not helpful.
And like, it clearly hasn't worked for you.
Alex's Prince story. When I was like 18, working at the gas station, I was playing Uriah Heep on the like CD player that we had there. And a guy in his 40s came in as I was listening to Sweet Lorraine, which has like a pretty loud like Hammond organ bit. He was like, "What is this new crap that you're listening to? Like, this doesn't even sound like it's playing on real instruments." And I'm like, "Dude, this is Uriah Heep. This came out in like 72." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, you're just, that sound is like a Hammond organ."
Dumb.
And it blew his fucking mind.
Yeah, that's the thing about people saying like there's all synthesizers and all this computer crap and all this like drum machines and stuff. Like you can find that in the 60s. Like synthesizers, it was like an electric organ, but that was a synthesizer, and they did have drum machines back in the 60s too. Like none of that's new.
Yeah, like none of it's new. Nothing.
Crap.
I love to
people just
complain
like
about
the
it.
first time they heard a synthesizer was in like 1989.
Yeah. And they go, what the heck?
Like what the hell is this new crap?
What the hell is this crap?
But it was like 2008. Like he thought it was contemporary.
Yeah, like okay.
So funny.
Yeah.
Well, first of all,
yeah, like why are you even paying
first of all,
attention?
shame
Like,
on
what
you
are
for listening to
expecting
anything
hear?
other than well, he wanted the Black Eyed Peas. You're like, what is this newfangled
Yeah,
crap?
yeah.
This is so 2000 and late. Give me some.
Yeah, the Black Eyed Peas are timeless.
That's true. Well, everyone can listen. That's music we can all agree on.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Thank you
Check
for
out
listening,
music.
everybody.
Check out the live show by
Yeah,
the
check
Ticket
out
Music.
Uriah
Check out the
Uriah
the
Heep, check
Twitter.
out the Black Eyed
Check out
Peas.
the Patreon. The links on the Patreon. Links on the Twitter. Buy some fucking tickets now.
Check out FanDuel.
Check out FanDuel.
DraftKings.
Start
Yeah, check out my
gambling.
butt.
We don't have
Yeah,
a
start
affiliate link
gambling.
yet.
Yeah,
We're
just